welcome to Box to Board. Now tonight we are going to look at Cyberpunk Red, first impressions. I've had it a couple of days now, a bit of a chance to flick through some of it. What do I think? I came to this completely cold. Okay, so that's one of the things you need to know. I haven't got a background in the previous edition, but what really struck me was this is a system that is built for campaigning. There's so much depth in here. There's so much detail and value. Character generation is a very, very big deal, which is kind of awesome because what it means is that your players are going to really invest in the characters that they build. And I would suggest whenever you do this, you work out a way, and I know at the minute it's locked down, I know at the moment that's quite difficult, it's quite difficult to do this, but work out a way that you can sit down with people, be it virtually, whatever way you do it. If they're in the same household, do it normally, but sit down and generate the character carefully because they're going to invest time in this. And this is what this game, this is one of the things that really strikes me with this game. This is a game where you're going to build characters, you're going to tell stories, and those stories are going to last for months. This is not your average sort of hack and slash kind of game. That's certainly not the way I would look at it. There's much more depth and much more richness to it than that, and I think that's awesome. There's a lot going on here. I worked out it's about 100 pages of character generation stuff. There's 3 different routes, so there's one that's really straightforward, but actually, to be honest with you, you want to jump into the real deep end of this stuff. There's some great stuff because it'll really let those characters breathe and develop, and that's awesome. And I love that because you get a party of people who have got characters that they've been thinking about, that they've kind of worked out stories to, and you bring those characters together in a party, you're going to have something quite special over in a campaign. And I think this is a campaigning game. Now, there's a lot of games that I play that are good in a campaign, but actually are brilliant in a one-shot, or good in a one-shot and good in a campaign. This is probably one of those games that you're going to want to campaign with. You might want to try it out in a one-shot just to see if you like it, but actually where it's really going to breathe is whenever you start to give it a bit more space, a bit more, building up those stories that last. I think that's where this is really going to be outstanding. You've got so much stuff in here, so much detail. The world is so well developed. It's brilliant, it really is. My instinct is some people are going to love the amount of crunch, some people are going to hate it. It is not a narrative campaign, and it's a narrative story in the sense that you can just lift it off and ad lib around it very easily. It's not that kind of thing. There are rules for a lot of stuff. It is crunchy. But if you don't mind that, this is there's something special here. So I would go for it. Personally, the only thing I would say is you need to get some, probably you'll want to make yourself a little crib sheet. I know there's an index at the end, but as a GM, I don't know, I haven't looked at GM screens yet, but it's probably going to, even if you haven't got one, you'll want a sheet of where to go to at different points in the book. And that'll come out. The community will start to do stuff like that if it hasn't already. But there's going to be some bits that you'll really want to just be sure of, because this is a beautiful world, but it's going to be one of those ones that you need to know what you're talking about as a GM. So if you want something that's going to be an investment of not just pounds, shillings and pence, or dollars and cents, you want something you want to invest time in, and you want to sort of immerse yourself in as a GM to develop, go for this. Go for this. You won't regret it. If you want something that you want to dip in and out of, probably not the one. There's other systems out there that cover similar content that are cyberpunk, that are a little bit more accessible. Certainly this is coming as an inexperienced role player. I would say that's my gut. But honestly, really, really good. But think about it. Have a look at our flick through, and you'll just get a feel for it, and you'll get an understanding of what I'm talking about. But you're going to need to invest a little bit of time. If you've played it before, you probably won't have that issue. But for those of us who are a bit newer to gaming, and certainly newer to the system, you're going to walk in with your eyes wide open. This is going to take a bit of work, but it is going to be worth it. That's what I would say, and that's my impression. As ever, thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and comment below if you've got anything to add to the conversation. I'm trying to get my framing a little bit better, trying to get my sound a little bit better. Hopefully it's helping. We shall see. But more to the point, comment about, do you agree with me? Do you think this is a those of you who've played it more, what are your impressions of Cyberpunk Red? How do you feel about it? Is it great? Is it okay? Is it worth the time? What have I missed the mark? Comment below. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.